You people needed me to get into the headphone part of this game, and I'm in it. Next video is going to be IM. I'm always going to be an IM guy, but you guys need me. You need me. There's people saying that the Sonys are clearly superior to the FiiO. Now let's get a couple things out of the way. If you're watching this video, I am a Sony fanboy. I have their flagship headphone. I have their flagship Bluetooth. I have their ancient EX1000, the EX800, the XB90EX. I have the WM1Z again. I've had the WM1A twice before. PHA-3. I love the company. I hate the DRM crap that they did, and I've gone on about that, but I love Sony, and everybody that knows this channel knows that I love Sony. FiiO, I appreciate FiiO. FiiO was good to me when this channel had less than 2,000 subscriptions and no other company would deal with me. And FiiO would deal with me, so there's an appreciation there, but not enough to put the FH5 on a list of my favorite and recommended. Not enough to take the FA7 and put it on a list and recommend it. Those things can't combine. My feeling towards a company or people in the company can't. And you're looking at proof, because the FiiOs are not something that I enthusiastically rec, and people sometimes are like, what's up with you, bro? I love the FH5s. I love the FA7s. I don't see it the way you guys do. That's just the way it goes. So what I'm about to say, I don't really, I love the dApps. I think what they charge and what they give change the industry. I think everybody follows FiiO, the other Chinese companies. FiiO is basically the Apple of China. Except they're not ridiculously overpriced, in my opinion. Actually, in most people's opinion. This is a comparison that some people would think, why would you do it? And then most people would think, of course you do it, because they're both basically targeting the same market, and this one is more affordable. Should I pick it up? I think you should. I'm going to tell you something that person with ADHD, OCD, a little bit of Asperger's, notices before anything proceeds. One is that they obviously bought this and emulated it in many ways, which is a good idea because Sony's pretty awesome. Something about this that I always had a problem with was that. Does that seem to be meaningless to you? It's a loud set. Never liked that. It's kind of fragile for something that's supposed to go on the go. It's always concerned me. This set, that's like two people having sex. That's like someone's abdomen slapping into their woman's butt from behind. Sorry. Actually, that would be more like a... But you know what I'm saying. Come on. This is my channel. Why is this not making that clacking sound? Because there's a piece of rubber right there. It won't make that sound. It's very quiet. That's what happens when you get something and you're looking at it and you're thinking, okay, we can't do that. How do we, compete in other ways? Well, Bad Guy Good Audio is noticing something you did. That little rubber thing. FiiO, thank you. I appreciate that. Always annoyed the hell out of me. How's the sound? Now, these are first impressions, so paired with the Sony, easy, ironic. This is a Sony phone. I have Sonys everywhere in my life. This has got the NFC or NCF or whatever it's called, like easy to pair type of thing. Like you just put the two things close and it worked fine. It's got a power button that you hold down for 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. And I think that just stopped. So we're out. I'm going to hold it for 3 seconds again. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. Talks to you a little bit. Let me see if I can get that to play. And there we go. We're playing. So you got your hard. The thing that is different about this from the Sony is the gestures on the side. But this doesn't have that so far. I haven't read it that far into the manual because I'm so impressed with the rubber stopper. Yes, I'm doing headphone reviews now. The fuck is with that, Sony? What does it sound like? It sounds like when the ANC is off, that the bass is actually elevated by a few dB, which for some reason I thought it would be opposite. Turn ANC off and the bass actually ups a little bit. Its ability to block out exterior sound is excellent. Is it less than the Sony? I got a Japanese heater right behind me, and it's very loud. It's got a fan in it. It's very common in Japan. It's very cold right now. It's a good thing to block out. I took it outside. I wouldn't know. The basic sound sig of this is kind of a V. I can tell that the treble seems to be emphasized, as it is with most stuff, and I think it would want to be, since this is like a consumer level audiophile / item. You want to catch the stuff in the upper range, and it sounds like it. I don't sense a lack of mids. This isn't an official review. This has more bass when the noise canceling is engaged than this does. But that's one of the complaints that people have about the Sony, because they're not bass heads. I don't mind it. But this has less bass when they're both blocking out the outside sounds. And when this is not noise canceling, it actually sounds really, really good. So I think with the noise canceling on, it sounds good. I don't think there's a big difference between the two. And when the ANC is turned off, it sounds quite good. And this is a $200 set of headphones. It's designed with more thought than that set. The cost, I don't know. I paid $350, I think, for it. I think it was $399 when this first came out, something like that. I thought this is kind of expensive, and then when I got it in my hand, this is all plastic. This is always concerning to me, that this is going to snap off. And the pads are cheap as hell. They're super, super ghetto. There's a comparison. The pads on the FiiO are actually deeper and softer than the ones on the Sony. The strength of the same point that concerns me tremendously seems stronger. This is almost like a plastic, whereas this is like a metal. So this is not the audio review. I'm going to do another video for that, but if you're waiting on this video and you were like, are these good? These are actually really good. These are actually making me think that my Sony collection is going to stay right here. As far as, I'm not going to keep going and pay for the 4. I had the second version and then the third version of this, and it's really like a toy. It really is. And if you own this, you know what I'm talking about. It's like a toy for its price. This is cheaper. It's got basically the same stuff, except for the gestures, and sound quality is not that different. I'll do a review and I'll compare. I'll do a review of this and the sound that it puts out. I'll bust out the ears headphone measuring thing and start getting graphs for headphones going, like I do IEMs, because I'm using what Critical was using for his. That's very much easier to do with that, with IEMs. This is a little more, because the seal and the pressure on the headphones will make a difference. So I got to get that thing going up again before I start doing graphs for headphones. But just going on sound quality, one final thing, since this is about 10 minutes. If you don't put ANC on, these FiiOs block out sound with with no music playing. I put these on my head. They block out a lot of what's going on, more than these do. So just their basic design, how they fit, the depth of the pads, are already moving me towards not being annoyed by outside sound. That's like passive noise canceling. This does that better than that. The active noise canceling, it's very close. I can't tell you this one is different from the. I gotta assume that Sony's tech is better, because of some reason in my mind as a fanboy, that there's no way that they made the first of their own series and did as good. I'm just getting into these headphones, so I gotta not go too crazy, but I'm not really catching the big difference. With the ANC on this, bass sounds more potent, and definitely not to the liking of a lot of people that I've heard comment on this channel. This is more tamed in the bass with the noise canceling. When you turn the noise canceling off, the bass actually ups a little bit. So these are really nice. These are good price. I don't know, I'm gonna do a review, but I had to do this video because of that little rubber. I hope someone from FiiO sees this video. That is smart. It's simple. It's cheap. These are supposed to be subtle. You don't want the word bothering you. You don't want to bother the world. I guess those blue lights aren't really subtle. Who gives a shit, actually? I just don't like that clicking sound. Put it on your head. Every time you put it on your head, it's always bothered me. I started playing with these and thought something's missing from this experience, and it's an annoying part of the experience. I'm not even exaggerating. That'd be normal. Boom. Okay, I'm out.